Hey, what's up guys? Chase with iDub Hockey, hanging out with AJ, category manager of sticks for Bauer Hockey, here in New Hampshire, testing out your new 2-in sticks, including the Pro. Before we start talking specs and tech here, how would you describe the differences in flex profile that makes Nexus unique from Supreme and Vapor?
Yeah, so Nexus kind of sits in between your Vapor and Supreme flex profiles. So we call it our sweet spot technology. It allows you to be really versatile and really maximize your shot efficiency in any situation.
So really looking for those players looking for the best of both worlds in a quick release and hard shot power?
Yep.
All right, well, let's talk about this new 2-in Pro. Real nice improvement from what we saw in the 1-in, but it plays a little bit differently. What did you guys do differently on this 2-in Pro that made it a nice improvement?
Yeah, so 2-in Pro, we have a different resin system. So in the shaft, we have Duraflex resin technology. What that does is it allows the resin to bend a lot more before it starts to break down. So it has higher flexural strength.
Okay.
And why we did that is because a lot of guys are starting to trend down in their flex. Like you got a guy like Austin Matthews who's 200 something pounds. He uses an 82 flex, sometimes a 77 flex.
Crazy.
So when you see a guy like that take a one-timer, it kind of makes you cringe a little bit.
Yep.
So then in the blade, we have ACL technology. We took that down from 1X Lite. It was so successful in the marketplace. A lot of good feedback, so we took that in. It's basically just a new way to kind of lay up the carbon fibers with thinner layers. So you're reducing weight, but you're still managing impacts in the same way.
Effectively, just more efficiently layering the carbon fiber through there?
For sure.
And then what about the blade with the R-Lite system there? It seems like it's a noticeable difference in puck feel in a good way compared to what we saw before.
Yep, so your R-Lite blade system is going to be a little bit stiffer than your traditional Nexus blade that you're used to. But we decided to put it in Nexus because it sits right in the middle of stiffness between Vapor and Supreme, and it's our most popular blade core in the NHL with all of our true custom guys.
And is that the same with the 2-in flex profile too?
Yes.
All right, well, let's talk about in your new 2-in. We have a different nomenclature this year, so maybe can you explain the difference between the 2-in Pro and the 2-in, and then touch on a couple specs there?
So our 2-in Pro is going to be your ultimate performance, top price point. 2-in's going to be, it's your second price point, but it's still a great stick for, the value. So we have the same blade core, so we still have the R-Lite blade system in the 2-in, and we have max balance in the blade, which is a takedown of ACL technology. So we took ACL, took the learnings from it, and we said, how can we apply it to the rest of the price points? And so now we have max balance technology. Another cool upgrade is that we have our high performance mold technology. So what that is instead of a normal fused two-piece, we're able to create a not monocomp construction, but it's essentially a two-piece construction, but it takes out a lot of the extra layers of carbon that a fused two-piece has, and it gives you a true one-piece feel. So a lot of guys are having a hard time telling the difference between our monocomps and our high-performance mold.
That's because you're getting less overlap in that fusion point, so better energy transfer, better balance, just more consistency overall, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then so something I noticed too with that 2-in, it looks like the senior 87's coming in at a different height and we're getting a different flex offering. Can you touch on that?
Yeah, so in the 2-in, we have a 102, 87, 77, and 70 flex. So the 102 through 77 are all coming at 64 inches. So, guys are asking for longer sticks, kids are getting taller. I mean, I never had that problem, but
you and me both.
So we decided to add a 64-inch stick to the line, and so far the feedback's been really good. A lot of guys that have tried it have really liked it. And I think one important thing to note is that an 87 flex on the 64-inch, we always measure our flexes at 60 inches.
Okay.
So if you get an 87 flex, a 64-inch stick, it's going to feel a little whippier than a normal 87
64 inch.
Yeah.
Okay. So someone like myself, about 5'10", 180, I love the 87 flex in the 60 inch. I just need to cut 4 inches off, and then it's going to play like every other Bauer stick
Yep.
I've used, right?
Exactly.
All right, well, it sounds like we have some nice upgrades in that second price point, but what about our N2900 here? What kind of technologies are we going to see trickle down into this?
So our N2900, what we're really psyched about here is the max balance blade. So the max balance, again, is our takedown from ACL and applying it to the lower price points. So it reduces weight, so you'll see a nice weight reduction here at that price point. Also, we have the high performance mold technology in the 2900, so still giving you that one-piece feel at a great value.
All right, and then one last thing, going back to this 2N Pro, we see a new curve offering. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Yeah, so we added P92 max height. It'll read Matthews P92M on the stick. So what it is, it's just P92, but with a little bit of extra material on the top of it. So a lot of feedback that we got from our guys in the NCAA, CHL, and NHL is that little bit of extra material really helps with face-offs, tipping pucks, battling in the corners, just anything where, you know, it's a game of inches, so you get that little bit extra, and that's the difference between winning and losing a game.
For sure. And that's still legal by all the league standards and everything like that?
Yep, for sure.
All right, well, AJ, thanks for having us out, filling us in. And then for you at home, though, check out more of these Nexus sticks. Make sure you go to inlineicewarehouse.com.